What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So it's just been a mental week for cryptos, right? Like it's just been crazy. Like this rotational market that we're seeing is just phenomenal. It's been blowing cryptos up, and I personally believe that the Chicago exchange that just opened up for Bitcoin and stuff like that has a lot to do with that. So let's take a look at that. Alright, guys, so as I was saying, the Chicago Board Options Exchange started trading Bitcoin futures, right? And that has had a lot of effect on the market, I personally believe. So if we look at Bitcoin in the last 7 days, actually, let's look at the last month, okay? So we can see like this massive pump right here to 18,000, and then it just kind of dropped off. And then between the 12th of December and the 15th, we can see it's riding pretty steady here, you know? And if we look at, let's see, the 9th, which is Saturday, right? This is kind of where we were, right about here. So the trading started to happen and it dropped off, and then money just went in, right? And so Bitcoin's up, and it's going to continue going up as we know so well. But what we saw after that was incredibly interesting, okay? We saw some massive pumps, and it's like these whales just got involved, and they dived into all of these other currencies, right? So Litecoin was incredibly undervalued. It was at like $100 or something like that. This is crazy before. And look at this pump, and I know because I bought Bitcoin or Litecoin, sorry, at like $87, right? And so I'm watching this pump, and holy shit, it was crazy. If you guys watched my last video there on the market crash and like everything just went red, one of my viewers actually contacted me. He had invested $12,000 into Litecoin prior to this pump, and by the time it was all said and done, he looked at his portfolio the next morning and he had doubled his value. So I mean, that's nice to hear. Like, I'm glad that he was able to pull back that much profit from Litecoin, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, so as we saw, Bitcoin pumped, it spiked, and then it slowed down, right? And then Litecoin just went through the roof, and then now it's starting to slow down, right? And so this is where I start getting into this type of rotational effect, right? Now, what happened next is Ethereum went through the same thing, right? Ethereum got pumped really high up, right, from $476 to double its value almost to 737.40, 745, and now it's starting to drop off, right? And then Ripple came out of nowhere, right? And again, this is that rotational effect. We're moving from Bitcoin to Litecoin to Ethereum to Ripple, all of the things that were so undervalued, the currencies that could be swayed, incredibly easily with, with $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, whatever, right? Like, of course, with Bitcoin, it takes a few more whales, but I mean, with these things they're so, they're cheaper, right? To really pump, right? Like, I mean, Ripple is so cheap. If you have enough money, like, it's gonna, Ripple just is gonna blow up, right? I mean, when I was looking at it before, like when I bought it was like 20 cents a Ripple, and now, like, here it was 85 cents US, which is just mental, like that heavy pump and then the heavy drop, right? So that, seeing that with the Chicago Board Options Exchange opening up, just right after that, seeing these pumps, and like they're so systemic to me, you know. It seems unnatural, right? Especially with the exchange opening up, and they had another one, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, opened up on Monday, like this previous Monday, as I understand, right? So seeing those two exchanges open up put a lot of money into the market, right? And I think that's why we're seeing these pumps, and with these bigger currencies no less, right? I mean, if we look at the market cap, it just blew up too. Prior to that, the market cap like was not this big at all, and now it's just doing fantastic. And then we're also seeing Bitcoin Cash a part of that rotational effect as well, because Bitcoin Cash, when I was looking at it prior to all of this, it was like $1,300 US, and now it's $1,755. I think it was 1,800 just a little bit ago. Yeah, 1,800, which is crazy. So, I mean, it's interesting. If you were in any of these coins, you undoubtedly made a lot of money from the pumps. That is for sure. So, and Ripple's still on the rise here, so which is amazing, really. And so that's that rotational effect that I'm kind of looking at. Now, what I'm thinking is going to be next, and who knows, right, is I feel like Monero. I feel like Monero is going to make a comeback here. Like 303 is pretty good for Monero, right? It's been boosted up quite a bit, but I do think it's going to go higher. I think we're going to see, you know, $300, $400 out of Monero, probably before, well, like $350 or $400 for Monero. I think we're going to see that probably by the end of the month, or maybe halfway into January. If not, you know, something larger like $500 for Monero. And it may sound too good to be true, but again, like, look at Bitcoin Cash, look at Ripple, look at that graph, right? Look at Ethereum, look at Litecoin, you know. Maybe it's not too good to be true. Maybe it's, you know, realistic, right? So that kind of delves into that rotational market that I was talking about. Now, so I do have some news for a few other projects that I've been personally interested in, and I've been watching very closely. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Electroneum. So Electroneum, if you guys don't know, basically went through some major developments recently, right? So they basically launched an application for the mobile market for Android users, which would allow you to mine Electroneum from your phone. So you could use your CPU power in your phone to start hashing away for, you know, Electroneum. They also added in functionality, wallet functionality, which was the main thing, right? Which would basically allow you to send Electroneum and receive Electroneum just by taking pictures of QR codes on other people's phones, right? So if I wanted to send Electroneum to you, we would take our phones out, scan the QR codes, and then send Electroneum to each other as a method of payment or currency transfer, right? Which is just pretty awesome. You know, you go out for a coffee, scan a QR code, and send Electroneum off as a method of payment. That's freaking sweet, right? And it's decently fast. You know, the mobile app it looks fantastic. You can get it on the Google Play Store right now if you're an Android user. The iOS app is going to be coming out for iPhones soon. So I've been paying attention to this, but the and this is what the whole market base was pumped for, right? This is what everybody was investing for. They saw that they were releasing this and everybody was stoked, pumped, right? And then what happened is it launched in the morning, and their service was basically backed by Amazon Web Services, right? And Electroneum and Amazon didn't anticipate that the user base would be so freaking high for this application, right? And what happened was Amazon Web Services, they faced some critical issues with their infrastructure, and so the app basically wasn't functioning 100%. It was experiencing some delays and stuff like that on the initial launch in the morning. So that's why you see this massive dump. A lot of people that were invested, they just sold. They said, forget it, we're out of here, you know, whatever, right? And then it pumped again a little bit, and now it's just kind of staying steady, right? So now I'm going to tell you why I bought more Electroneum at this dump, okay? I am really impressed with the application that they developed. I mean, to me, it's only natural that they experienced some failure with the application. You know, there are going to be some of these things that are unforeseen, especially in developing something that is something so innovative, right? Because that's exactly what it is. It's phenomenal. It's an amazing technology, right? And so that doesn't surprise me, right? So basically what's happening here is we're shifting Electroneum from the weak hands into the sturdy hodlers, right? And they're holding tight. So which is good. I think I have like 55,000 ETN right now. And you know, I foresee ETN going to $1, you know, ish within the next, I'm going to say 2.5 months, right? So, and if that's the case, then we're freaking laughing, right? But that is based on the assumption that they can get their mobile app working, because if that is the case, then you can be mining ETN with your phones, right? So if you go on Kijiji or Craigslist or anything like that, and you buy a phone, even if it has a cracked screen or anything like that, you can plug it into the wall, and it takes like super minimal amount of wattage, right? And you can start mining. So there are people that are actually setting up phone mining farms where they have a bunch of scrapped phones, and they're just mining with them, you know, trying to get ETN, generating ETN, right? Which is phenomenal. It's a great idea. So anyways, I would say to you guys, keep an eye out on Electroneum. If you're not mining it, it's not a bad idea to get in there because the difficulty changed as the market shifted and dropped. So like I'm getting a stupid amount of ETN a day, like 900 ETN a day or something, which is sweet just for mining it, and the reward is, you know, like it's awesome. So I would say keep an eye out on this, guys. Keep an eye out on Electroneum, okay? The next thing is Social Send, right? So Social Send has really been blowing up recently, you know, up 58%, kind of came out of nowhere. No one really saw it coming. And I believe PyX is moving over, or has moved over to Social Send, right? So there's a decent community that is invested in this. I've been in the Discord channel here and there, and I've seen, you know, some of the updates that they're working on, and apparently from some of the crypto community here, the Crypto Nuts community, the Manitoba community for cryptocurrencies, has been stating that there is going to be some major updates with Social Send very soon. So that seems very promising. So I would say keep an eye out for Social Send. If you haven't bought some, it may be worth looking into. It's up 58% right now, but as with many other currencies, we could see this go up 200% tomorrow. You know, so I personally am going to be buying this. Like after this video, I'm going to be buying some Social Send. The next one that I wanted to look at is Potcoin, right? So the reason why I say Potcoin is because in Canada, if you're not already aware, legalization for pot or marijuana, cannabis, is coming up next year, right? And so if you're not, you know, an enthusiast, right, then, like, if you're not a pot enthusiast, then you may want to look at the the money that this could generate for you, right? So Potcoin is a staking coin that they're using for, you know, the hemp industry, I'm going to say, or the cannabis industry in Canada. And I believe, personally, that it's due for a pump very soon, and I'll tell you why. Potcoin is going to be added to a lot of the Bitcoin ATMs in Canada, and in Europe, and, you know, really a lot of good locations. So Potcoin's going to be added to those ATMs or BTMs, right? And the beauty of that is that it's going to be, you know, publicly available, just like Litecoin, just like Bitcoin, right? It's going to be easily accessible. And the thing is, you know, with marketing, the easier something is to get, the more often it is obtained, right? So, which is a beautiful thing. So I would say definitely keep an eye out on Potcoin as well. So Potcoin, Social Send, Electroneum, definitely. And the other thing that I would keep an eye out on is Xios. So I've had some close dealings with the development team for Xios, right? And they have rebranded. They're going to be moving to Xeus, which is going to be the new coin name. And so the market for Xios is actually going to be moved right over to Xeus. It's going to be a 1-to-1 hard fork. So that's why we've seen such an increase on Xios here. Like, you can look at this market cap. Isn't that amazing? That is phenomenal. Like, that upward trend, that's what we like to see for coins like these, smaller coins, right? The fact that it's up like that is awesome. Like, I love seeing this for lower end coins. So I bought into Xios at like 25 cents or something, and it's at 60 right now. And Xeus, they're actually, I've seen the website developments. I have seen, you know, some of the wallet developments and things like that, and it seems very promising. I'm actually going to be taking a little bit of a lead on some of the documentation for Xeus, which is up and coming. So, something to look out for, again, if you haven't invested already. Okay, guys? So, I hope that helps out. These are some things that I would definitely keep an eye on, because these are things that you can generate a decent amount of profit on in the midterm here. And you know, it's fantastic, right? And especially with these pumps, everybody is, you know, making a decent chunk of change here, and it really is groundbreaking. Like, with these developments in the last week, I was able to, like, there's enough fundage here to pay off like everything I have ever owed. You know, like, it's it's nuts. If the market keeps going like this, I'm gonna have enough to buy another house. Like, it's nuts. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, so again, keep an eye out on Electroneum, Social Send, Xios, and also Potcoin. So there's going to be some major developments for those coins for sure. And yeah, I wish you guys you know, fantastic luck with the markets. And as always, stay regular.